In this session, we are going to discuss about electrochemical series. It is the part of electrochemistry. So, electrochemistry is mainly used to deal with the interrelation between chemical reactions and the electrical energy. It is possible to convert electrical energy into chemical energy as well as chemical energy into electrical energy. So, both the possibilities we have. The device which used to convert chemical to electrical energy is called a galvanic cell or voltaic cell, whereas the device which used to convert electrical energy into chemical energy is called electrolytic cell. So total electrochemistry mainly based on this electrochemical series, because electrochemical series is the fundamental thing which used to give the electrode potential values of individual metals which are arranged in the increasing reduction potential values. Okay, electrochemical series is the series in which all the chemical elements arranged order of their increasing order of standard reduction potential values. We are arranging all the metals in terms of their reduction potential increasing values. In this series, we are measuring their standard electrode potential. Standard electrode potential stands for at standard conditions like 25 degrees centigrade, which is 298 Kelvin, and 1 atmospheric pressure is maintained while recording this electrode potential value. And the next is, so 1 molar concentration electrolytic solution was taken. When we maintain these standard conditions, the electrode potential determined is called standard electrode potential. Then standard reduction potential in the sense, so any metal having tendency to gain the electron, so the energy or voltage generated due to the gain of electrons is called reduction potential. So if that reduction potential measured under standard conditions, which stands for standard reduction potential value, all the metals should be represented in this increasing order of reduction potential only. But as already we know, most of the metal having tendency to lose the electrons. That's the reason why loss of electrons denoted by oxidation potential. But in order to represent in reduction potential, we have to change their sign. Okay. The metals which are exhibiting this minus 3.05, minus 2.925, like this, all these are in voltage. So when we are measuring with negative sign, it implies that there is an oxidation potential. They are losing electron. They have tendency to lose the electron, so that they have oxidation potential. In order to convert oxidation potential into reduction, we are inverting their sign so that it is represented in reduction potential value. So this is about the electrochemical series of all the metals which are arranged. Topmost metals have negative electrode potential values. As we are descending down, what happens? At particular instance, we will get zero voltage, and gradually there is a increase in these electrode potential values are observed. This kind of representation of all the metals standard reduction potential values in their increasing order is called electrochemical series. Okay, so in order to get this electrochemical series, in order to find out these E0 values, the compulsory condition is we have to take the metal. That metal should be dipped into its own ion solution, that is metal ion solution. So if it is lithium, lithium ion solution should be taken as an electrolyte, and the concentration of electrolyte should be 1 molar concentration. Unit concentration of the solution we have to take, and temperature should be maintained 298 Kelvin or 25 degrees centigrade, and pressure should be 1 atmospheric pressure. So at this condition, if we are finding their electrode potential, all are tabulated in this form, which is called electrochemical series. Okay, so actually lithium, when loses one electron, it is converted into lithium plus and electron. So its potential is 3.05, that is oxidation potential. But when we are representing in reduction potential, we are we are reverting the equation also. Lithium, by gaining electron, it is converted into metallic lithium, and its oxidation potential is converted into reduction potential by changing its sign. So among all the elements present in this electrochemical series, lithium stood top. It is the topmost element which having more ease of releasing electrons. That's the reason why here highest oxidation potential will be there and the lowest reduction potential value will be indicated for this lithium metal. This is the reason why lithium metal is used. So it have wide applications in our electrical field. So nowadays batteries are the emerging trend. Those batteries are mostly made up of these lithium metal and lithium ion batteries. So they may be primary batteries and most efficiently they are used as secondary batteries. So in our mobile phone, we are using this lithium ion battery. For 2019 academic year, Nobel Prize is given for this lithium ion battery only because of its wide applications and easy adaptability and high efficiency of lithium, and even it is the lightest metal among all the metals present in the periodic table. Because of all these reasons, it have wide applications in battery chemistry. Now, so this is about the representation of electrochemical series. In this electrochemical series, here hydrogen is the barrier between top metals and bottom metals. This hydrogen electrode potential is arbitrarily fixed as 0. Above this hydrogen, all the metals have their ease of releasing electrons. Below this, all the metals are having ease of gaining electrons. That's the reason why above this hydrogen, whatever elements are present, those are acting like a anodic metals, anodic compartment in galvanic cell construction, whereas the metals are any elements which are present below this hydrogen are what more prone to work like a cathodic region. So as we are moving up, what happens? Anodic tendency is gradually increases. When we are descending down this electrochemical series, cathodic nature gradually increases. Cathodic nature is nothing but electron gaining tendency. Anodic nature is nothing but electron releasing tendency. Okay, so among all the elements present in this electrochemical series, fluorine is at the bottom position. Being it is a more electronegative element throughout the periodic table, it has strong tendency to gain the electrons, and because of gaining electrons, it is converted into fluoride ion, and its electrode potential, reduction potential was taken as plus 2.87 volts. So it is almost is equal to plus 3 electron volts. So it is the highest potential generated by fluorine. So that is the reduction potential value. Based on this, we can easily estimate that highest oxidation tendency is given for lithium, highest reduction tendency is given for fluorine. Strong reducing agent will be lithium, strong oxidizing agent will be fluorine based on this electrochemical series. Okay. So now let us see what are the important applications of this electrochemical series. By using this electrochemical series, we can identify relative strength of oxidizing and reducing nature of the agents. Just we discussed that the metal which is easily releasing electrons itself undergo oxidation, and it is a better reducing agent for another species. That's the reason why lithium metal is the strong reducing agent, because it is at the topmost position of electrochemical series. And the element which having strong tendency to gain the electrons itself involved in reduction, and it is a strong oxidizing agent. Hence, here fluorine is highest reduction potential value in the electrochemical series. That is the reason why fluorine is the strongest oxidizing agent, itself involved in reduction. That's why it used to oxidize another species which is present in contact with this fluorine. So this is about the oxidizing nature. When we go for reducing nature, lithium is at topmost position. Hence, lithium is most powerful reducing agent because it easily oxidizes, so that it easily reduce another species which is in contact with this lithium. So this is about ease of oxidizing and reducing nature of metals can be easily identified. As we are moving from top to bottom, reducing nature gradually decreases. As we are moving from bottom to top, oxidizing nature gradually decreases. So this is about first application. And the second is about calculation of EMF of the cell. EMF stands for electromotive force. This EMF uh, is the measure of efficiency of the given galvanic cell. Any galvanic cell was taken, how much voltage generated by that cell is measured by the term called electromotive force. Electromotive force is nothing but, so it is the magnitude with how much voltage of current generated by the given galvanic cell. When we are constructing galvanic cell, one anode will be there that dipped into anodic solution. Another cathode will be there dipped into its cathodic solution, and both are separated by salt bridge. When these two different electrodes connected with the salt bridge, and they are now externally connected to the potentiometer or voltmeter, which used to measure its voltage. That voltage is given by this EMF. EMF stands for electromotive force. The force with which current is passing through the wire is called the electromotive force. Higher the intensity of movement, higher will be the voltage, higher will be the EMF value. Okay, so by using this electrochemical series, it is possible to calculate these EMF values. Let us see how it is possible. So it is explained in 3 steps. What we are doing in step 1, two half cell reactions in such a way that reaction taking place in left hand side electrode called anodic compartment where oxidation is carried, in right hand side compartment where reduction reaction is carried. So we have to find out uh, what is oxidation reaction and what is reduction reaction carried in the two half cells of galvanic cell. Now step 2, multiply by suitable number to equate the number of electrons in two equations. How many electrons released in the anodic compartment and how many electrons accepted by cathodic compartment should be calculated. Now after getting that, we have to find out its EMF. EMF is nothing but potential difference. This potential difference is calculated by taking the formula EMF is equal to E cathode minus E anode. E cathode is nothing but electrode potential of cathodic compartment, nothing but reduction potential value of cathode, and E anode is nothing but reduction potential value of cathode. How much amount of voltage generated due to the gain of electrons was taken as the cathodic compartment potential. How much amount of voltage generated due to release of electrons, and that should be inverted. So it is called reduction potential of anodic compartment. So this is called potential difference. This potential difference is given by this EMF called electromotive force. So by using this electrochemical series, it is possible to calculate this EMF value. How can we calculate? EMF value is obtained by potentiometer, and E naught values are standard. Those are given by this electrochemical series. And for example, if another one of the electrode is unknown electrode whose electrode potential is unknown, now EMF is given by potentiometer, E naught is given by electrochemical series. Now it is possible to calculate unknown potential of second electrode. Either we can take this first electrode or second electrode as standard electrodes. So one of the electrode is reference or standard electrode, and EMF value is also known. It is possible to determine single electrode potential of an unknown. So in this way, calculation of EMF is possible. If both the electrode potentials are known, calculation of unknown electrode potential is possible if EMF and one of the electrode potential is known. So this is also another application of electrochemical series. Next is about predicting the feasibility of the reaction. Feasibility of the reaction in the sense whether the reaction is carried spontaneously or not. Okay, some of the reactions are carried in spontaneous way. So without any external source or external force, we can carry that reaction. So that is the feasibility of the reaction. Okay, any reaction is feasible if its EMF value generated is positive in nature. If EMF value obtained is negative, that reaction is not feasible under normal conditions. In order to predict this feasibility of the reaction, we have to go with this electrochemical series. When electrochemical series, when we are choosing two regions, that means anodic metal and cathodic metal, there should be greater potential difference. EMF value should be high. So the distance between cathode and anode should be very large. Then only EMF value will be high. Then only feasibility of the reaction is also possible. Let us consider, for example, if we are constructing galvanic cell by using zinc as one of the electrode and nickel as another electrode. Zinc and nickel both have negative values only, that means minus 0.76 and minus 0.25. But so what happens, this electrode potential minus 0.76 is larger, that's why this electrode becomes anode, and nickel potential is minus 0.25, it is smaller, hence it behaves like cathode. In this way, it is possible to predict whether it is anodic metal or cathodic metal if we are choosing, even though both comes under this anodic compartment only. Both have anodic potential only, but based on its position in this electrochemical series, we can predict whether it is more anodic or less anodic. Okay, so this is another possibility. And so when this zinc anode and this nickel cathode will be there, it is possible to calculate EMF, and that is positive, that reaction is feasible. We will take another example where zinc taken as anodic compartment and this magnesium taken as a cathodic compartment. For example, let us consider zinc is a anodic compartment and magnesium is a cathodic compartment. When we calculate its EMF value, because zinc is anode, magnesium is cathode, EMF value obtained will be negative. If EMF value obtained is negative, that reaction is not feasible, and we can predict whether reaction is spontaneous or feasible or not. So in this way, here negative EMF is obtained by using this kind of selection. So that identification, that prediction is also possible based on this electrochemical series. Okay. So in order to get higher difference between this potential, we can take one of the metal from this cathodic compartment. Here either we can take silver electrode as cathode and magnesium electrode as anode. So in this way, what happens, potential difference will be very high, so that their EMF values will be very high, the reaction becomes more efficient. In that way we can predict feasibility of the reaction. So that is the third application of electrochemical series. Here we got one example, copper and silver. So when we are taking copper and silver in the electrochemical series, copper, silver both are laying down the hydrogen only. That's the reason why both comes under cathodic metals only. But compared to this copper, compared to the silver, copper electrode potential is, nature is somewhat high electron releasing, because it's a reduction potential value. Silver reduction potential value is more compared to copper. That's the reason why copper now behaves like anode and silver behaves like cathode. And finally, copper metal and silver ion will be generated. Copper involved in oxidation, silver involved in reduction. In this way, feasibility of the reaction is identified. The next is about relative corrosion tendency. It is the most important application of this electrochemical series. In this electrochemical series, all the metals are arranged according to their increasing reduction potential values. The metals at top position are more anodic. As we are descending, the cathodic nature gradually increases. More the anodic nature, more will be the tendency to lose the electrons, more will be the rate of corrosion. That's why we can identify which metal is more prone for corrosion and which metal is less prone for corrosion by using this electrochemical series. So this is about the another application. Relative corrosive tendency of all the metals and alloys can be determined by using this electrochemical series. Replacement tendency. Replacement tendency in the sense, if you are taking zinc and copper, so copper ions now replaced by zinc ions. So that is called a replacing tendency. That means more anodic metal have more replacing tendency. That replacing tendency of the metals can be determined by using this electrochemical series. So the metals are on topmost position are more tendency towards replacing ions of this electrolyte. So this can be predicted. Then predicting the spontaneity of reaction, just to be discussed, feasibility of the reaction is nothing but spontaneity of the reaction. If by any reaction EMF value is possible, positive, that stands for spontaneous reaction. Then it is also possible to calculate equilibrium constant of the reaction. In order to get equilibrium constant, the formula will be E naught is equal to 2.303 RT by NF ln log base 10 K equilibrium. Okay. E naught value is obtained from this electrochemical series. 2.303 is the constant term which is multiplied for log base 10 in order to convert log base E into log base 10. This is a term which required to multiply. R is the gas constant, T is the temperature, N is the valency. Valency is nothing but number of electrons transferred in the reaction. For example, if you are taking zinc electrode, that will liberate 2 electrons. The 2 stands for its a valency. If you are taking silver, that accept 1 electron, N is equal to 1, that is the valency. And F is a Faraday. So Faraday is expressed in coulombs. All these terms are well-known terms and have constant values. So if all these values are known, it is very simple and easy to calculate this equilibrium constant value. So this is another application of electrochemical series. Next is about to predict whether the metal can liberate hydrogen from the acid or not. Okay. So when any metal is added with acid, the natural tendency to liberate hydrogen gas, if it is liberating hydrogen gas, so if it is releasing hydrogen gas or not can be predicted by using this electrochemical series. How it will be predicted means, so when any acid added to the metal which laying above hydrogen, that means anodic metals having tendency to liberate hydrogen from that acid. We may take either sulfuric acid or hydrochloric acid. Any acid when added to either zinc, magnesium, nickel, sodium, calcium, any of the metal which laying above hydrogen, all are anodic metal. That's the reason why they have strong tendency to liberate this hydrogen gas. And when we are taking metals which are below than hydrogen, like copper, silver, aurum, all will not, these metals will not liberate that hydrogen gas from that acid. So relative tendency for the liberation of hydrogen from the acid can be predicted based on their anodic nature. Only those metal liberates hydrogen from acid having negative value of reduction potential values. Nothing but anodic metals are used to liberate hydrogen from acids. So these are the important applications of electrochemical series. Electrochemical series is very simple, which is nothing but this tabular form representation of standard electrode potential in the order of increasing their reduction potential values is called standard electrode potentials. As we are descending down the group, reduction potential values gradually increases. The metals which laying in the topmost position are anodic in nature. As we are moving down, cathodic nature gradually increases. Here, hydrogen is a barrier line in between anode and cathodic metals, whose electrode potential was arbitrarily fixed as 0. So, this is about electrochemical series. I hope this session is very much helpful to you. Thank you. Thank you very much.